We'll start. So good morning everybody. Situation is landed, so that's it. I also came. Okay? So before going to start, so what actually today's session and all. So first for a couple of minutes we'll discuss our yesterday's session. Okay. So what we started yesterday? XML. So what is meant by XML? Extensible markup language. Extensible markup language means enclosing the data within tags is called as a markup language. So we discussed. So what are the few advantages of XML we discussed? The main and great advantage of XML is interoperability. Interoperability in the sense which is platform independent and technology independent. In any platform, in any technology, you can read the XML data. So that is the first advantage. Next, XML is used as textual database. You can maintain some data in XML. Next, XML is used as deployment descriptors. Deployment descriptors in the sense, in case of web technology, Java web technology, you have to write one file called web.xml. In case of .NET, web-config.xml. In case of Android, manifest.xml. So to specify to the platform, whatever it may be, in case of Tomcat server, we are writing the code using Java. The Tomcat software is developed by using C and C++. To specify about your project to Tomcat server, you have to write one XML file. Because why you have to prefer XML files? Both technologies has understanding only XML file only. Okay? So these are some of the advantages of XML. Interoperability. With the advantage of interoperability, mainly XML is used to transfer the data between technologies. XML is used as textual database. You don't need to pay any 1 rupee cost, and you don't need to install any separate software to maintain the data in XML. A lot of projects, the people are using XML as a database. For example, I don't have any security concern, so obviously I prefer to go for XML because I don't need to purchase any software and I don't need to install any separate software. So deployment descriptors. These are some of the advantages of XML. Then after that, we discussed some rules to write an XML file. So what are the rules? So XML file contains only one root element. Should not contain space between the tags. Should not start with number and so after that we discussed how can you provide your own restrictions to the XML file. How can you provide your own restrictions to the XML file? By using DDD or XSD. So DDD is deprecated. No one is using DDDs nowadays. The latest one is what? XSD. XSD is termed as XML schema definition, which is used to provide own rules to the XML file. So finally we started, if you want to convert your object data into XML or XML to object data, so we need what? XML parsers. XML parser is an abstraction between the Java file and the XML file. Okay. So now we'll start XML parsers. Yesterday we discussed in Java there are two types of XML parsers are there. One is Jaxp and Jaxp. In Jaxp, again there are two methodologies are there. One is DOM parser and Sax parser. So Jaxp is termed as Java API for XML. Java API for XML. So Jaxp is termed as Java architecture for XML binding. Jaxp is termed as Java architecture for XML binding. So Jaxp is more comfortable than Jaxp. Easily you can convert your object to XML and XML to object. Okay. So first we'll see Jaxp parsers, then we'll go for Jaxp parsers. Okay. So what is the first parser? What is the first methodology in Jaxp? DOM. So DOM is termed as Document Object Model. DOM is termed as Document Object Model. Okay. So we'll see how to perform this CRUD up. I told you, right? By using this DAM parser, we can perform the CRUD operations on XML file. When you can create, you can read, you can update, and you can delete. But whereas SAX parser, it's a read-only parser. Only we can read the data from the XML file. You cannot write. It's a read-only parser. So now first we'll see how to insert the data into XML file by using DAM parser. How to insert the data into XML file by using DAM parser. Okay. So try to understand the program. So theory part is completed. Now we have to write the code. Try to understand the code. Okay. It's simple, but the terminology is confusing. Definitely you are going to be confused. Let us take I want to maintain some students' data. I want to maintain an XML file in this format. So my requirement is I want to maintain the data in XML file in this format. Okay. So here the terminology is, which one is the root element here? Students. One more name for the root element is document element. What is the other name? Document element is another name. In XML terminology, each and every tag is called as element. In XML terminology, we call as tag. In XML terminology, we call another name is element. Tag or element both are same. In Java terminology, we call this one as node. We call this one as node. So you can call element, or you can call node, or you can call tag. Okay. So in Java terminology, we call as node. In case of XML terminology, we call as element. So this one, it is called as text node. In case of Java terminology, this value is called as what? Text node. This is also text node. Okay. Element and node. In case of single element, we call node. In case of multiple elements, node list. In case of multiple elements, node list. For example, in this XML file, I have multiple student by student tags. So at that time, I had to choose which one? Node list, because the XML file contains multiple students. Element, node list, and text. So one more thing, if XML tags contain, for example, SID, you can represent the student ID like this, or you can represent here only. For student tag, directly you can represent SID is equals to 1 to 4. For student, SID is equals to 1 to 4. If you represent the data like this is called as attribute. This is called as what? Attribute. Okay. But now this attributes are duplicated in XML. No one is using attributes. If you have any attributes, better configure as an element, separate element. But remember, if you see anywhere, this kind of syntax is okay, this is an element and this is an attribute. Okay. So remember this. So my requirement is I want to store the data in the XML format. In this format, I want to store the data. So now we have to develop one program. So to get the the input from the user, and store the data in one XML file. So for this one, which parser we are using? DOM parser. We are using what? DOM parser we are using to create this XML file. This XML file is not available. Programmatically we are creating this XML file. So we'll create a class. Created main method. So in this main method, first do one thing. First try to understand. Don't write or don't type anything. So I'll give time at end. Okay. So at a time take a note. Okay. So here, if you want to work with the DOM parser, first of all you have to create an object for document builder factory. If you want to work with the DOM parser, or if you want to write the data, if you want to read the data, first we have to create an object for document builder factory. So in future, in lot of places, you'll find this term. What is the term? Factory. What is in the factory? So in lot of places in future, you'll hear this term, factory. So factory is one of the design pattern in Java. Factory is what? One of the design pattern in Java. We already discussed on design pattern. What is the design pattern we discussed? Singleton design pattern we already discussed. Singleton. Factory is one of the design pattern in Java. Factory is one of the design pattern in Java. So which is having the capability of creating its own object, which is having the capability of creating its own object and it will return the object. Factory is another design pattern in Java, which is having the capability of creating its own object and it will return the object. Meaning, a class will create its own object and it will return that object. Okay. Of course, there is some similar syntax between the singleton design pattern and the factory design pattern. In singleton design pattern, it will create only one object. If you make a request 10,000 times, if you make a request, how many objects you will get? Only one object will return. But here also we are not using, by using new operator, you cannot create an object here. But every time when you make a request to one particular method, the method will create an object and it will return the object. What is the difference between singleton and factory? Both are same. In singleton, it will return only one object, it will return. Factory, every time it will create a new object and it will return the object. Okay. So if you want to work with the DOM parser, first of all you have to create an object for document builder factory. Okay. Editors notepad. So document builder factory. Factory is equals to, so you cannot create an object. You cannot create an object by using new operator. Factory class is having one method. If you call that method, the method will return the object. Okay. So if you want to get the object, so document builder factory. So document builder factory dot. So what is the method? There is a method called new instance is a method. We are not creating the object by using new operator. We are calling one method in the document builder factory. What is the method name? New instance. That method will create an object and it will return the object for which class? Document builder factory class. Okay. Next. Next, we had to create an object for document builder. Next, we had to create an object for what? Document builder. So if you want to get the document builder object, your factory object, in the document builder factory, there is a method called so one second. We'll see the methods. So Java P, Java.xml. What is the class name? Document builder factory. Any spelling mistake? Document builder. Java P, Java X.xml. So Java. There is a package called XML for this one. Java X in Java X, XML package in XML, Parsers, document builder factory. So what is the package name? So here Java P, Java X dot XML dot Parsers dot document builder factory. Is an abstract class. Is an abstract class. Factory not doing this class for that. We have an object of which class? So what is the type of this method? So next we have one more method called new document builder. What is the return type of this method? Document builder. So in the factory class, document builder factory class, when you call the method, new document builder method if you call, which object will you get? Document builder object you will get. So here I want to get the document builder object I want to get in my program. So your factory object dot, what is the method? New document builder. So you get a document builder object. Next we had to create an object for document. Document D is equals to builder dot new document. Actually, I want to create an XML file, right? You want to create an XML file, you want to create a file or another name. What is the other name of the file? I want to create an empty document I want to create. So if you want to create a document, directly there is no any method. There is no using document D is equal to new document. You cannot create an object or document like that. Because they provide a restriction. They provide a restriction and directly you cannot create an object for which class? The document class. So if you want to create a document object, first you have to create an object for document builder. But if you want to get the document builder object, first you have to create an object for document builder. So mainly we need this document object, but directly you cannot create the document object by using new operator. So that's why first there are some dependencies. First you have to create an object for builder. So to get a builder object, first you have to create an object for document builder. So we got an empty document object we got here. Packet is a class. When packet class contains a method, there is a method called new instance as a method. This method will return you the object of which class? The object of class. We also developed a program. At the time of discussing about difference between method and constructor, what will happen when you apply a private modifier to a constructor? What will happen when you apply a private modifier to a constructor? We cannot create an object. So, for example, I want to get the object for a class. Then, what we created on method we created inside the class. So, when you call that method will return you the object of that particular class. So here, with these 3 lines of logic, you created an empty document. You created. With these 3 lines of logic, what we created? An empty document we created. In that document, I want to write the data into an XML format. I want to write the data. So let us take how to create students inside students. It's student inside student. Contains student ID, student name, designation, department. So I want to write all these things. But all the in case of XML terminology is called as what? Elements, right? All the tags is called as elements. The tags is not available. Programmatically we are creating the XML file. The tags is available or not available? Not available. So we had to create the logic to create all the XML elements. So total how many elements we had to create? Total how many elements we had to create? So we had to create the students element we had to create. Student we had to create. Students we had to create. Student, ID, name, codes. That's it. So we had to create these 5 elements we had to create. Okay, these elements are not available. We had to create these 5 elements. Element E1 is equals to new element of, specify the tag name here. Let us take the tag name is students is the tag name. Next we have to create one more element, that is student. Next. So we created elements we created. I told you, right? Don't write at 10 earlier time. Okay. So there may be some changes are going to come. Okay. So we created the elements we created. Students, student, SID, SNAME, and course. So we completed elements we completed. What is the next one? This XML file contains only 2 things, right? The 2 things are contains only elements and text nodes. So elements part is completed. Next we have to create this text node we have to create. So programmatically we have to create this text node. So in our program, so create node n1 is equals to small change. I told you, right? Changes will come. It's not new element, your document object dot create element. Document object dot create element is the method. If you specify the tag name, it will create a CRE. Last one. So created. So node n1 is equal to, so here document dot there is a method called create text node. Create text node. Here, specify the value here. Here, specify a value. Let us take 1, 2, 3. I want to write 1, 2, 3. So next, node n2 n3. So next, so we created elements, we created, as well as nodes also we created. So next, what is the next thing we have to do? Elements creation part is completed. Text node creation part is also completed. We have to arrange all these things in a proper order. Okay. This text node is a child of SID. This text node is a child of SID. This text node is a child of course. Again, these three things are child of student. Student is a child of students. Students is a child of document. Students is a child of what? Document. So we created individually, we created all the elements on the text node. So now we have to arrange all these things in a proper order. We have to arrange. So here, so even or this text node is a child of which element? E3. So here E3 dot append child of N1. Okay. So next, so we added the text nodes to element. Next is employee SID, SNAME, and the course. These three are childs of which class? Which tag? Student tag. So what is the E2, right? E2 dot append child of E3. E2 dot append child of E3, E4, and E5. Next, meaning we added the student ID, student name, and the course to student. Next, student is child of students. So E1 dot append child of E2. Next, document dot append child of E1. So now the entire data is available in one object. What is that object? The document object contains the data. Now the requirement is we have to write the document object into one XML file. So for this conversion, for this object to XML conversion, Java is providing a class called transformer. Transformer is the class. What is the class name? Transformer. But same like the document object, directly cannot get the transformer object. So to get the transformer object, first we had to create an object for transformer factory. First we had to create an object for which class? Transformer factory. Let us take T factory is equals to. There is also a factory class, right? So directly cannot create an object by using new operator. Transformer factory dot instance. Next. So transformer T is equals to the transformer factory object dot transformer factory object dot new transformer is a method. New transformer is a method which you will get an object of transformer class. So see what are the methods are available in this transformer. Transformer class is available here. Then where it is available? So transformer. So okay. So now see what are the methods in the transformer. So Java P, Java X dot XML dot not parsers. It's transform dot transformer. In this transformer class, you find a method. There is a method. See what are the methods? Transform is a method. What is a method? Transform is a method. For this transform method, we have to pass two parameters. The first one is what? The source object. Second one is the result object. So here in this transformer, this is a method. Transform is a method. For this transform method, it is taking two parameters as input. See what are the parameters. One is the first parameter is the source. Calculate these words. I'll tell you, this method is taking two parameters as input. The first parameter is the source object, second parameter is the result object. The first parameter is the source object, second parameter is what? Result object. So we already have a source. We already have a source. The data is available in one object. What is that object? Document T object. So you have to specify the source. Let us take DOM source. Source is equals to new DOM source of D. So we already specified the source object is specified. What is the second one? Result. Result means nothing but where you want to write this file. We specified source was the data is available in object. We specified source. The second parameter is specified where you want to write the file. So programmatically, if you want to create any file, we use one class. What is the class name? Java.io package. Programmatically, if you want to create one file, which class we have to use for creating a file? File input stream or file output stream? File output stream for creating a new file. So file output stream FOS is equals to new file output stream. So here you have to specify the path. You have to specify where you want to store the file. So file output stream is equals to new file output stream of, will specify the path, will specify. So one second. Let us take, I want to store the file on desktop. It's in the Java folder. To specify the path here. This is a path. But Java will not accept this forward slashes. So replace this one with backslash. So in desktop, in Java folder, create a file with the name. Create a file with the name students.xml file. This is the output I want to create. So here, next we have to specify the result object, right? Stream result is equals to new stream result of your file output stream object. In this transformer object, what is the method name here? Transform is a method. So we had to specify two parameters. The first one is the source. Second parameter is what? Result. So it will take the object, it will write the object data into one XML file. Okay. So everything is fine. So we had to write some import statements. I had to write. So can you tell me what are the imports? Import java.io.star one thing. So we are writing the data into some file output. Okay. Next import dot javax dot xml dot parsers dot. Next import javax dot xml dot transform. Spelling is correct. Transform is one thing. Just see this one. The class name is specified. DOM test, right? So DOM test dot. Same thing, DOM test.java. Okay. So we'll compile the code. First, you had to go to that location where the file is available. Java C, what is the class name? Java. I'm expecting definitely you'll get 10 errors. 15 errors. So here, we'll solve one after another. Cannot find a symbol, it is saying. Document builder. Spelling mistake. Next. So one issue is solved. We'll recompile again. 14 errors. So cannot find the symbol. Document it is saying, right? Document is equal to builder.new document, and element is also not available, it is saying. You are using two classes, was document class and element class. I am unable to find where this element and document class is available. We specified some packages, right? We specified some packages, IO, parsers and transform. So the element class and the document class is not available in these two packages. So we'll search where this document class is available. Where this document class is available? Ikkada class everything here. Project of class. ఈ వెళ్ళే కదా అందరికి నేను చెప్పాను చిలక చెప్పినట్టు చెప్పా బాబు క్లాస్ చెప్తా వినండి What is the problem? The compiler is telling I am unable to identify where this element class is available and where the document class is available. This element class is available in this package JavaX XML bind package. JavaX XML in bind package this element class is available. So this is the one thing, and one more thing is DOM, right? DOM source. This DOM source is available in parsers. In transform there is one more sub package called DOM. So in this DOM there is a class called DOM source. Okay. So and what is another one? Stream result. So first we'll specify these two things. So where this element is available, import javax.xml.bind. java.xml.bind.start. This is one thing. And another one is import javax.xml.dom.parsers. Parsers dot just say Java C. Demos está acá. javax.xml.parsers.dom. Parsers. In transform DOM, we are having DOM source. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, parsers. It's not parsers, it's transform. Parsers.binder. ID అయితే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా అది ఇంపోర్ట్ చేసుకుంటుంది. యు నో ఇట్ స్పెసిఫై anything. Where this document is available. It's specified, right? And this bind element is available. Parsers. So what we need now? Document object, right? Somewhere I seen the document. Javax dot string dot document name, document event, document string is one thing. So where this is available? org w3c down. Okay, so this one we need org dot import org dot w3c dot down. So we have to add this statement. Import org dot w3c dot down. Errors. Where the stream result is available? This element is also not available in this. Specify where the element is available. In one more package is also this element available. What is that one? Parsers. Bind. I think in bind package the element is available. Here also the element is available, but we don't need of this element. We need org dot w3c dot element. It's in src org w3c DOM parser. This element class we need. So it is taking by default. It is taking from bind. I'm removing this one. So now it will pick up from org dot w3c dot down. Four errors. What is that one? Stream result. Where the stream result is available? New transformer spelling mistake. Just we need one thing only, that is stream result will give. So where the stream result is available. Java XML transfer stream. Save it. Java C test. So here, create extra node interface document parsing that. How to convert that integer to string? If you add some empty double quotes, what will happen? Automatically, that is going to convert into string, right? Exception. So unreported exception, parser configuration, ought be declared or to be thrown. So this entire logic will give an exception. This entire logic will give you an exception. So put this entire logic in the try catch. So if any exception is right, we'll print our own exception. We'll print system.out.println of, let us take exception rise. So if any exception is occurred, you'll get a toast message. Sorry, you'll get a message, SOP message, exception is rise. Java C DOM test. Java DOM test. So if everything is perfect, then we'll create an XML file in the specified folder. In Java folder, you'll get an XML file here, students.xml. So we return the data in a XML file, we return the data. So let us take, now this one I want to take from command line arguments. So 1, 2, 3, Mahesh, Java, statically we give this one, right? So now dynamically I want to take this one. User is going to give dynamically. So here, how to take dynamically? Previously in our program, we specified, statically we specified here. So 1, 2, 3, Mahesh, Java. Okay. So now we'll do one thing here. So dynamically I want to take, dynamically if you want to take, so can I write S of 0 here? From command line arguments we are taking here S of 0, S of 1 and S of Java C DOM test, Java DOM test. Here we have to give. Let us take again 1, 2, 3. Rajesh. So Java, your file name, and we given command line arguments, right? So that's why I given 3 command line arguments. I given 1, 4, 3, Rajesh and Android. Just give enter. Now open the XML file. So this is dynamic data. So next, once again, if you insert one more record, what will happen? It will override. Once again, if you insert one more record, it will override the data. We'll do one thing. So once again, if you insert the data, it will override the existing record. It will override. Okay. So note చేసుకుంటారా next continue చేద్దాం. మీకు లాస్ట్ లో కనిపిస్తుందా టెక్స్ట్ సైజ్? It's document builder factory.new instance. సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్ అంటే ఏం ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తారు? నేను క్లాస్ బాగా ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తున్నట్లేదు. ఏం ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తారు సాఫ్ట్ స్కిల్ అంటే? ప్రొనౌన్సియేషన్, vocabulary. Peter. Anyone is having mobile cable? Only USB cable. So completed. USB is blocked. One person asked me a question. Sir, you are working in 5 companies, right? So you can save your idea, right? For example, company of project gas numbers. అదే ప్రాజెక్ట్ వేరే కంపెనీలో ఇచ్చుకోవచ్చా because everything is available. Just now one of my client sent a mail, not my client, company client. Means lawyer wants all the programmers to sign a confidential agreement as to as functionality no other vendor has. Money is important as well as trust is also important. Okay, so there is no trust. Even though you are talented, so they will not prefer you. Okay. So company will work at first, not only in this client. Every client will take an agreement from the developers. This is my idea. So my idea, I and you know that. Correct or not? Same idea if you can very choose an unconditional. So obviously I'll be a case, correct or not? He is ready to invest 300 crores for Dr. Nalvin Nathan 300 crores invest చేస్తున్నారు ప్రాజెక్ట్ పైన. మనం ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ తక్కువ ₹1 లక్ష 2 లక్షలు అమ్ముతున్నాం అంటే So this is one thing. Once again, if you run the application, it is overriding the existing data. But every time when you run the program, when I run the program, I don't want to override the existing data. I want to keep maintaining the previous data, and I want to append the data. Okay, I don't want to override the data. So if you don't want to override the data, we have to make some small changes in the existing code. That is, if you observe here, every time we are creating, here we are creating a new document every time we are creating. So that's why it is creating a new document. When you have to create the new document, if the document is not available, the file is not available, then only create a new file. So first we have to check the path whether the file is available or not. If the file is available, then only create a new document. And there is some restriction to the XML file. If XML file is available, there should be one root element. Correct or not? Every XML file has one root element. So XML file is there in the sense, definitely the XML file contains a root element. So here we have to do these two things, creating a new document and creating the root element. When you have to do these two things, the XML file is not available. So first we have to check whether the XML file is available or not. So this is the path we specified, right? This is the path we have specified. So here, string path is equals to, it's a normal string object. You cannot test whether the file is available or not. Whether it is a, let us take this URL is available, but I don't know it is a, what is the class name? File f is equals to new file of method in the file class. What is the method name? F dot exist is a method. F dot exist is a method. This method will tell you whether the file is available or not. If the file is available, else the file is not available. For example, these two things. The file is not available. The F is exist. We'll see what you have to write. The file is not available. Then only create a new document. Next. If the XML file is not available, then create a new document, then create a new root element. If the XML file is already available, your document object is equals to, there is a method called builder.parse is a method. The builder.parse method specify the file object. Document D is equal to builder.parse of file object. So already the existing data it will get and it will hold the data into the document object. The specified path is not available, then only create a new document. Already existing path is available, then get the data from the existing XML file, existing file. How to get the data? By using builder.parse method. And the XML file is available, you don't need to create that. You don't need to create that root element because already the XML file contains a root element. So in place of create element, there is a method called get document element is a method. So what is the method? Get document element is a method. When you call this method get document element, you will get the root element from the XML file. Next. So these additional logic you have to write. Previously directly we are creating a new document and new root element. Now the XML file is not available, then only create. The XML file is already available, get the data and get the root element from the XML file. So next. All this process is same. So this is going to be changed. When you have to do this one? Document.append child of E1. When you have to do this one? First time when you are creating this, then only we have to add this one. But second time onwards, you don't need to do this stuff because already the document is available. So here, if f dot exist method tell you whether it is true or false. So when you have to do this one, the file is not available, then only add the root element to the document. The file is already available in the sense, already it is having a root element. So you need to do this stuff. Okay. Just. Java C, DOM test, Java. Previously, this is a record we inserted 143 Rajesh, Android record is available. Okay. Now inserting one more record. Let's take 153. So inserted few records. Now go to open the XML file. So Java students.xml file. So 143 Rajesh Android 153. Like if you want to maintain, you can maintain 1 lakh records also you can maintain. Just you will maintain the data in a XML file. Okay. So this is writing the data into an XML file. I don't know how you will write. So this is the logic you have to write. So the XML file is already available, then we'll create a new document. So this is one change. Two changes you have to make in the existing code. This is the one change. So practice is example. Okay. So remaining things will continue. Because reading it will take some time. So it will exceed more than 11:30. If I start reading operation, it will take some time. Okay. So practice is example. I'll be here up to 11:30. If you have any queries, we'll resolve. This is one change. Let's change one more thing. So any doubts? Start in. So I'll be here up to 11:30, right? Okay. If you have any errors, I'll resolve the errors.